G'day legends, welcome back to Behind the Driving Wheel FNQ, the show where the engines roar, the stories roll, and the road goes on forever. Whether you're a pilot of a thumping truck, a mud-smattered 4x4, or a wild set of wheels on two or more, you're in good company here. We're all about the people who live life in the driver's seat. And today we're kicking up some dust, sharing yarns and celebrating every kind of ride that calls the open road home. And a big thanks to our mates with the rubber that keeps us rolling, Tough Tyres Cairns. And now, here's your host, PJ.
Thanks for joining us on Behind the Driving Wheel FNQ. I'm your host, Peter Jackson. And today we've got a special guest with us, Pete Gundry, who's been kindly dobbed in by another friend of mine, Leonie Pollard. Well done you for doing that. And Pete, thanks very much for coming in. You've literally just climbed out of the cab right now.
Yeah, no, it's just another day.
Just another day, mate. Pete, you've spent 30 years behind the wheel. When you first got into trucking, do you remember your first truck and what your first proper run was?
My first truck was an R600 Mac with a 5-speed direct box, the old 320 cool power with a 18 cubic metre bin on the back of it, carton filter press.
And when you started driving, what was the Australian trucking industry like compared to what it is now, mate?
Way better.
Way better?
Yeah.
Well, it was better back in the day than it is now?
Yeah.
And why was that, mate? What differences are you finding there?
Well, logbooks, like logbook telling you when you can sleep and when you can't sleep and when you can drive and when you can't drive. That's the biggest downfall these days.
Yeah.
Like all these crashes lately, you can guarantee that's from a logbook.
Yeah.
Telling you, like, you need to go now. Mate, I'm still tired.
Yeah.
No. Back in the old days, we could run our own shit. When we felt tired, we pull up, we go to bed.
Well, you know yourself, you know.
And you get up, you're good to go.
Sure. Mate, of all the trucks you've driven over the years, and I reckon there's a shitload, which ones hold the best memories and which ones would you happily never get into again?
Oh, mate, my biggest memory so far would be Big Dog. It was a 685 Max Superliner. Pretty decent old banger. Well, it's not old, but that was who I was previously driving for. I'm in a 909 now, and I've never driven one of them. And, she's a fat-looking tractor too. Yeah,
cool.
So,
what do you reckon the toughest run you've done, whether because it's the distance or the weather or road conditions, breakdowns, or just sheer bad luck, mate?
I'd say running to Weeper. That's a rough road up there.
And yeah, I can imagine. When did you start heading, doing trips up to Weeper?
That'd be six years ago, probably 7 years ago. I started running up that way.
Mate, I've seen some of that footage of, even recent stuff. And fuck me, as soon as that wet season steps in, I could just, hats off to you blokes that are doing that, because that is real hard graft. So, look, Australia has some incredibly remote roads. Have you ever been out in the bush there when you generally thought, I'm a bit of trouble here?
No, I've never done out west and outback trucker style.
Yeah, sure.
I've just virtually I run down the middle and stuff like that, going to Melbourne and stuff like that. But just
mate, touch wood stuff. That's not too bad at all, mate. For 30 years, that's pretty good going. But surely over 30 years, Pete, the strangest, funniest, or memorable thing you've ever seen on the road at say 3 o'clock in the morning?
Well, there was one time.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Was, Back in the day, in my old days, where I did shit I wasn't supposed to do.
Yeah.
I was coming north through Mount Larkham, sooting along, thinking I'm doing all right, and this old mate, I'm coming around. He's like, right, Sander. And I'm sooting along, just looking out the side. He's like, what the fuck? Two big, pink, beady eyes looking at me, and I'm thinking, what the... Nah. I think it's time to go to bed. Or I might have another clout. No. I think it's time to go to bed. Anyway, he got the better of me, and I called him up, and I'm watching the trailer swoosh across the road once he got in front of me.
Yeah.
Dig, what the hell? He said, what do you mean? I said, when you come past me, I swear to God, I seen two big pink beady eyes looking at me. I think I might be fatigued. Like, I've been going for a few days now. And he just started laughing. He goes, nah, mate. I said, what? He said, it's an elephant. I said, it's a what? He said, it's an elephant. He said, Dad, I've got an open crate door, like checker plate wooden crate door in the side. She's probably standing there looking out the window, and it's like, you're off your head. I said, I was tripping, man. I thought I was going to bed. He started laughing again. He goes, nah, man. He said, I've had that all the way up the East Coast so far. It's like, oh, copy. See ya.
Okay, Pete, I wasn't actually expecting anything like that, but there you go. And look, probably a big thing too, and you sort of touched on it before, mate. You know, how has the technology changed the job? From back in the day with paperwork, logbooks and CD radios, now it's GPS, electronic work diaries you sort of touched on, and the modern trucks, mate. It's you sort of suggested it was probably better back in the day. But
it was better back in the day, mate.
Yeah.
Way better.
Yeah.
So many pieces of paper or like cameras looking at you while you're driving. Oh,
that must be brutal.
You get a phone call. You're 103 running off a hill. You get a phone call. What are you right? Yeah. Why? Oh, you're doing 103. Piss off, dickhead. Okay. Get out of your office.
And just for those out there, how does that work, mate? How would that work? So people that aren't in the trucking industry obviously would understand what you're saying. So you're driving along, you're going downhill, you're going over the 100 kilometre an hour thing, and then you've gone into 100, 305, and you're getting a phone call. So what's the mechanics behind that, mate? What's happening there?
Yeah, it messes with your head.
Yeah, right.
The time trials they give you out, you need to be here at this time, you need to be here at this time, you need to be here at this time.
Right. Is that your boss ringing you up or someone that's monitoring your speed or something like that? Who's doing
People
that?
sitting in an office in Brisbane, Sydney, Melbourne, Coffs Harbour, wherever. 15 computer screens around them, and they get an alert on their phone or on their computer screen. We'll ring this driver, make sure he's okay.
Okay, all right.
It's like, mate, it's just, yeah. You know, you might lean over to grab a drink out of the fridge and... because your red eye camera flicks, and it's like you get another phone call. Are you right, mate? Yeah. Why?
How many times did you tell them to fuck off? You'd have to.
Well, I don't work for them anymore. But it was brutal. Like way back there in the day, there was so many people that just didn't recognise the intelligence of everything that was going on, like cameras and computers and
sure
else. People sitting in like the last mob I was working for, old mate used to sit behind a computer in England and watch the red eye tracker. And if sort of you're pulling up with a set of lights and you're looking around to see what's coming or something like that, and the thing goes off, well, I used to start abusing the fuck out of it. You stupid. I reckon old mate over there probably sitting behind that screen is going, have a look at this dickhead.
Yeah.
Like, it's proper. But
unreal. Mate, and also, look, truck drivers often talk about the old school truckies. And what did that mean 30 years ago? And do you reckon that culture's still alive today?
No.
It's gone, huh?
No, the trucking industry is screwed.
Yeah.
There is nothing like the brotherhood that we had out there years ago. I haven't been full-blown interstate my whole life. I've done bits here, bits there, run this way, run that way. But forever and a day, you'd be running down the highway, you get a call. Yeah, copy, mate. Yeah, down the road there on the left-hand side, there's a bit of a bingle or there's a cow or, you know, there's none of that nowadays, mate.
Just that courtesy, mate.
Fucked.
Yeah. And look, fatigue, mate, that's always been one of the realities of long-distance driving. How's the industry's attitude towards fatigue and driver safety changed during your career? And you sort of talked about that before with just like almost nannied. I know it's a huge, important part of your role, but yeah, how do you think the industry's attitudes changed towards that in your years?
I don't reckon it has. Well, it has changed, but like it's the logbook now.
Yeah.
It's telling you when you have to stop.
Like you're saying.
Like you might drive 10 hours and you think, I can't go to bed. Yeah. I feel great.
Yeah.
I want to do another 6. No, you have to pull up. So you lay in the bunk for 3 or 4 hours looking at the roof and then you finally go to sleep and then when it's time to get up and go, it's like, shagged.
But having said that, fatigue is still a big killer amongst our trucking industry, would you say?
It is. Yeah. Because of the logbooks.
Yeah.
Telling you when you can and when you can't drive.
Here's one, mate. I reckon I'm going to hear some spicy commentary about this. Pete, what do you reckon motorists still get wrong about sharing the highway with heavy trucks? And what's the one thing you wish every car driver would understand?
Maintain the speed limit. You come to an overtaken lane. Before you get to that overtaken lane, they hit the brakes. They might be doing 96. Most of the car drivers nowadays don't understand that these new cars they're buying are all 4 kilometres under the speed limit.
Yeah, right, okay.
None of them are set at 100 kilometres an hour. Like, I've got a brand new car, it's only 2 years old. At 100 kilometres an hour on the digital display, I'm doing 96. We are paid by the kilometre. The more times we get fucked around by dickheads in cars, the less money we make. We need to get from point A to point B so we can make our coin to take home to our missus and kids.
That's the business.
Pay the rent. That's what it is.
Yeah.
That just
Look, and just on that too, mate, 30 years on the road inevitably means missing birthdays, Christmases, weekends, family occasions. What has trucking given you, and more importantly, what does it cost you personally?
It's cost me everything. I missed out on watching my first child grow up, my daughter, Tiffany. It's still touchy.
Yeah, no, that's fine, mate.
But,
We don't have to push into that. Look, here's a question for you, mate. If an 18-year-old walked up to you today and said, Pete, I want to become a truck driver, what would you tell him?
Go back to school.
Okay.
Go and get a career, go and get your trade first. Diesel mechanic. Just go and get a trade first.
Yeah.
Something to fall back on, because the transport industry's screwed.
Mate, she's a tough job and always has been, mate. You know, we've always, we always put truckies up there as those hard men that do those tough jobs and doing Weeper and doing all that sort of stuff, mate. So, Pete, I just want to say thanks a ton for coming in and give us an insight to your life behind the driving wheel.
Not a problem.
Mate, you've just been a legend. And listen, if you've got a great yarn about life behind the driving wheel in the FNQ, I want to hear it. So shoot me an email to peter.jackson@sca.com.au. And again, none of this happens except for our great mates, Gav and the boys at Tough Tyres FNQ Cairns. Google them and book an appointment and set yourself up. Pete Gundry, you've just been a legend, brother. Thank you very much.
Not a problem at all, buddy.
Thanks, PJ. Got a wild tale from your time behind the wheel? We want to hear it. Drop a line to the producer, Peter Jackson, at peter.jackson@sca.com.au, and you could be featured on the show, sharing your yarns with the whole of FNQ. So buckle up, hit the road, and don't forget, life's always better behind the driving wheel.